Alright guys, we're back. Send Florina home. Send Saizo home. Feels bad to send home the higher level heroes, but we got nothing else to do with them. Send him Gunter. Don't need another Gunter. So that's 8. Level 35 Saizo. Oh god, that feels bad. I mean, that's Poison Strike 2, so I should probably put that on somebody just in case. Inherit him away rather than just waste him, I guess. Odin, I think I have enough Odins. Gunter, I have enough Gunters. I don't need Stall. Stall doesn't have anything. Stall doesn't have anything. Ruby Sword defense, obstruct. Obero, Stall, Hawkeye, Florina, Sarah, Odin, yeah. Send them home. Sorry, Florina. I know some people really like Florina. Ardent Sacrifice. Ardent Sacrifice. Does he have Ardent Sacrifice? He does not, so I'll give Ardent Sacrifice away. Anyways, we're gonna start something soon. Just have to make like 6 more slots. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Inherit skills as well. We have 19 minutes. Ardent Sacrifice. I haven't summoned yet. We're about to. 7 more slots is all I need. He has no movement skills. So that solely makes sense. Drawback. Spur. Spur. Yep, no movement. Six more. Ignis for Ephraim. Growing Ember, Ignis. Defiant, sure. And 5 more. We didn't summon yet, we're about to summon. We're making room for the summoning. 15 minutes. I know. The entire point of a last minute summon is to do it last minutes, and we're doing it. Two more slots, and I think that's enough. Alright, one more slot. 14 minutes. 14 minutes. And... it's like when you're in a rush and everything just comes to you. That's me right now. Alright, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh boy. Friggin' lucky number 13, guys. Here it is, the final summoning that we're gonna do here. I know we're really late on it, but we're going to go for greens and blues. There's only 13 minutes left. Last minute summonings have to be lucky, right? I mean, they've always worked out for me. At least that's what I think. Anyways, 12 minutes left. Let's go. We're just going for blues and greens. Alright, there's Gust. Are we gonna get lucky in the last minutes? Alright, it's a Matilda. We're at 3%, by the way. We're only at 3%, guys. Last time we cleared it out, actually, so. Skip the cutscenes. We're not that desperate yet. There's 12 minutes left. If we're really cutting it close, we can do it. Matilda's not bad, by the way. That's not bad for first pull. Barst, that's repositioning. I mean, we'll always always use more repositioning. More blues. Cullis is for Brave Roy, but we're not taking him. It actually feels bad to do the summoning now because we passed on like using these heroes for Tempest Trials, but that's still fine. Oh, Effie. That's good. I do want to make max out of Effie sometime too. I need to fix my current Effie. Hopefully plus attack minus speed, but you know, we have no time to check those IVs right now. We're getting so much Gust. Another Matilda, okay. Oh, fuck. Whoops. I was supposed to leave. That's the first time ever I've made that mistake. Oh, crap. Well, that's what you get for rushing. I've never ever made that mistake before of accidentally pressing in. Hopefully it doesn't hurt me. If we got Roy, I wouldn't complain because Roy's actually not bad. Jaggin. Chlorine, I am making a merge Chlorine, so that 4-star Chlorine isn't gonna get wasted, but still. That's a bad mistake. That's 4 orbs. Oh god, no! Oh, at least it's 4 stars. I wonder who needs Vantage my team. Come on, Lynn. Just come out. Just come out. I'll go down fighting for you and Hector. We haven't even gotten 1 3-star yet, which is super cool. Roderick. That's good. That helps us with other things. 9 minutes. Let's see. Hopefully Hector. This is seriously lucky. We haven't got 1 3-star yet. Merrick. At least he's not a pity break Merrick, because that would be too much. I don't ever want one, by the way. So much Gust. No 3-stars yet. This is last minute summoning magic. Just need the right heroes though. $24 left. Orbs are just disappearing. Oh, our first 3-star. It's Arthur. Eight minutes. 8's a lucky number. Those 4 orbs might come and bite me now. Est. 19 orbs. Are you kidding me? I think this is it. I think this is it. We should have gotten 1 more orb. We would have had 1 more orb. No, we'll do these 3 and we'll back out. Come on, Hector. Is final hour lucky or not? Is it lucky or not? Oh my god. This is not the right time to get 3 stars. Oh my god. Alright. Let us pray. Let us pray for this blue orb. Because after this we could technically do 1 more, but that's too much. Wow, that's we went so quickly, and then this is. Come on, there's no way, please. Send your luck, guys. This is absurdity. How? Come on, last hour summonings are supposed to be lucky. I mean, it's always been lucky. We're not saying. Come on, Lynn. Oh boy. This might bite me in the ass. Yep, this is it. That 4 orbs we accidentally pressed the colorless on would have been so special right now. But we don't have it. One of them might be Lynn. For whatever reason, I also feel like it's top right. So please. I can't bear it. Oh my god, no! Okay, well. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. We got all those orbs, and it was coming out super well, but it wasn't meant to be. Those 4 orbs that we wasted on the colorless could have meant it could be Lin here, it could be Lin here, but it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Are you kidding me? That makes me so sad. Ends in 4 minutes, 3.75%. Why was I so unlucky on this banner? I've spent like 250 orbs on this banner, and all I have to look out for everything is just literally just Noe. This banner, what is with this banner? I know Lin will probably be back and Hector will probably be back, but this is easily my most unfortunate and unlucky banner to date, and that sucks. But you know, still, thank you guys so much for being here. We tried to make this special. We try to make this work. Final hour is usually lucky. We have like literally nothing to show for it though, unfortunately. It can't be helped. You should do Sarah's quest. Even we do Sarah's quest, we won't make it. We won't make it. How did that annoys me so much, guys.
Alright, yeah. Yes? Orders, please. My turn? Who next? Okay. Yes.
Now we're just doing it, just getting the feathers. I can't believe that went the way it went. I was so certain. I felt lucky today too. How many orbs did we even burn? We burnt 72 orbs.
Do my best.
I always feel like I'm never lucky in terms of summonings, but I'm lucky in terms of like what's happened as a YouTuber. But that's low consolation
that I didn't
sometimes.
get in, but oh well. I might as well use the rest of my orbs and try to get new Chrome.
Thanks, Crimson. I mean,
Who
yeah,
next?
I feel
Orders,
you.
please. As you say. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. As you say.
Well, I didn't get Lin, but oh well. I might as well use my rest to try and get Crom. Yep. Completely agree with that. That's me. All right, let's stay until the new banner comes out and do a free summoning, because I know I'm not gonna summon on the actual banner itself. So. That was a bad mistake. For me, I thought it was like the top 2 right orbs. I was so certain it was Lin there.
Ever since last summer when I put in 225 orbs and got 0 summer tickies, I have always insisted 3% is the real bait banner. I feel your pain, Nims. Sad face.
1 minute left. Let us all come together and witness the final minute of Love Abounds. Easily the unluckiest banner I've ever had the pleasure of summoning on. And it sucks too because I did spend a lot of orbs on this thing. Free-to-play orbs, of course. I've had at least, in total, this banner has taken 210 orbs from me. And it hasn't provided me with anything except for a Noe and something else. It was Noe and something else, I think. But yeah, it's the entire thing's terrible, right? In any case, it's a new day. 0 minutes have occurred. I do believe I have to go out the screen to get it. New day. New hero celebration bonus. Sound potions +1. our one orb in there. But the Branded King, it's here, guys. It's here. Now, of course, whenever I talk about this banner, I say to summon for reds and blues, because that's it. That's just reds and blues. So if you want a higher chance of getting a hero, it's definitely to go for red. And I think Chrom's the most interesting, if not the best hero in this banner. Not to say the Morgans aren't good, but just not as comparable, guys. Any case, because of how unlucky we were, we might as well go into this new heroes, the Branded King banner, and just hope things work out. I know for a fact I won't have any orbs to spend on this anyways, so I'd rather do the free summoning. And if you ever have orbs to spend on the banner, always use the free summoning to lower the entry cost. First summoning is always 5 orbs, the second's 4, so you might save yourself an orb that way. But yeah, we were unlucky, so let's see if we're going to be unlucky here too. 2 orbs. Top or bottom? 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 Last time we picked bottom, got lucky. And I always generally pick top, and we never get lucky on top. Thank you, Reddit Commander, for subscribing. Usually we pick top because I think I'm out there to prove something, even though it's so stupid to talk about the, like, you know, preferences. I'm also not gay, but talk about it in that way. I mean, in top or bottom, and I always end up taking top because I think it's like I'm just being dumb. So for once there, I will be a proper person and just go for bottom again. Come on, Chrom. Come on, Chrom. Oh well. Last time we went for bottom, we got a Chrom. But this time we get a Henry. Well, that was all the summonings. That was the depression train. Did anyone get demoted? I already got Morgan. You guys are already getting your free heroes. You guys are so fortunate. I only ever gotten 2 free heroes, but that's, you know, already pretty good for me, I guess. Another est must go. Thank you, Pro Ichimatsu, for subscribing. Thanks so much. Easily the most unlucky banner I've ever had. It is what it is. It's already happened. I don't think anyone's gotten demoted. Demotions are kind of rare. Well, it's supposed to happen every couple banners, but still, it's kind of rare. Well, guys, that's a summoning stream. I mean, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like. And if you guys are new here, subscribe. We do streams every couple days, if not every day. So, yeah. But unfortunately, this great journey has come to an awful ending. I guess we still have stamina, so we can do some quests. Because the new story quests are out. You know what? Let's just do new story quests. Because what else are we supposed to be doing? Free summoning, right? M-Gear. The thing is, like, I legitimately believe if you summon as soon as the banners come out, you can get the best possible luck on it. Now, that's not to say you're guaranteed something, but I feel like it's a bit higher. Now, that just might be like a bias, a reporting bias, but yeah. Alright, let's play story. Why not? You should check the IVs on the Henry. He might be plus attack and might want 1 round of minus res burst. You're really funny, Yami. See you, Aggie. Thanks for being here. Okay, you just talked about last 20 minutes being the best time. Now you're talking about the first couple minutes being the best. I'm talking about the last 20 minutes of actual summoning to be the best overall. I'm talking about the first couple minutes of to get a free summoning. Obviously, you're not gonna get I don't think anyone's ever done a free summoning in the last 20 minutes, to be honest. But I'm talking about the beginning of a banner for a free summoning to get a 5-star. And the final 20 minutes is the luckiest in general, is what I'm saying. There's a difference. The story's gonna be awfully easy to go through, but let's just play it through together. Got Male Morgan, RIP Female Morgan, plus defense minus speed. My speed's not terrible on her. If it's Female Morgan, it's highly defensive anyways. Hi, I'm new around here, I'm starting to like your content, keep up your work. Thanks, Spork. Alright, we really don't have low level heroes for this, so we're just gonna use random heroes. Okay, let's play through story. The True Quarry. A Distant Dream. Are we actually gonna see Gunthra now? It's been a while since we last saw Gunthra. She's kind of just gone AWOL. We saw her in a dream and then we can summon for her, but then we never met her. So that's also super weird because then people have Gunthra and you're not supposed to, like, in the story you haven't met up with her yet. Whatever, let's play it. Distant Dream. A Distant Dream.
Or swim.
Thank you, Discount Knight Danny, for subscribing. Thanks so much. Hello, Nimious. So we are meeting up again in a dream. Congratulations on your victory. Word of it is spreading, even to where I have concealed myself. I mean, you're my barracks right now. The rumors say you defeated not just one, but 2 of Muspel's generals. Yeah, somehow. I mean, we should have lost that, to be honest. If the story has any like bearing on your actual performance in battle, that should have been lost. Your strength grows, and I look forward to the day when we can finally meet. You'll find me to the west. I will wait you in the sanctuary at Snardroth. Can anybody say that properly? Snarge. Norse names, man. It will take us over 2 weeks to travel to Snarjoth. That region of Nifl has been completely abandoned. All that remains is ruins. But that is there we can meet your sister, Princess Gunthra, and discover the key to defeating Surtur. We don't have time to waste. Yeah, sure. And here's our first look at Morgan. She looks quite good. Jeez. What's with her eyes? They look so mesmerizing. Snaroff? I've never gotten a free 5-star from a banner before. It will happen eventually. It's only happened twice for me. And I've played this game since the very start. I can't pronounce any of these names. I bet there's one guy out there who can actually like say or a Norse guy out there, and he's like just face palming himself and hating my guts. But yeah, I'm sorry. Like it's, I don't. The thing is, like when Japanese people use these names, they even say it differently. So if you want to say it the correct way in terms of what the Japanese people are saying, the people who actually like decide on all these things, you'd also get it wrong. Because in actuality, it's wrong. Anyways, the story's all over the place. Sometimes it feels it's getting better, and sometimes it just feels like it's the same old. They were no match for us. Let's press onward, and I think that's it. Yep. Like that's just how the story works in this game. Sometimes they try, sometimes they don't.
If this is war, so be it.
I got another free Morgan was trying to get reds. Why? What do you mean why? Just be glad. Congratulations. That's excellent. Thank you, Nathan Lin, for subscribing. I'm Crom of Elise. Thanks to this contract, and also for the sake of my friends, I cannot let you pass. I really, really wish they got rid of this contract thing already. I get it, but you cannot use the contract as a reasoning for fighting enemy heroes for like over a year. The writing, like a year from now, I swear, I believe we'll still get this stuff. You know, a year from now, some random hero like that is supposed to be like this impossible to beat hero, or like this top-notch hero, and he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm under contract. I have to stop you." So I wish they just figured something else out, but it's just lazy to always say contract. Did I get anything in the summons? Crom's an idiot. How does he keep falling for this? That's true as well. This is the is this the 4th Crom in the game? There is Summer Crom, there's normal Crom, there's this Crom, and there is 1, 2, 3. Is there one more Crom? There's only 3? Oh, Winter Crom. That's right. So there's 4 Croms in the game. There's 2 special heroes, so they don't say they're under contract. So, but for two out of 4 Croms, they say they somehow got into contract for some reason. How did I forget about Winter Crom? I even have him. I even have a good one. I have a minus res plus defense one. Yeah, see the writing here. They just gave up. See, look, you can pay a writer a day's wage and they'll write a better story than this. And a day's wage for a game that's making hundreds of millions of dollars is not a lot. And I know I'm complaining a lot, but it's just disappointment because they go from like a high point of love Abounds to back to not caring. They just want an excuse to introduce all the heroes that you can potentially pull for. But again, like if they really wanted to sell, say, Morgan, they introduced Morgan early on. Like they should have introduced Morgan right at the start when you met up with her. And then she should have had more dialogue so that you can make a connection with her and like her. And then, but yeah, this game is more for people who played all the other games, so they already know who they are, so they already have a connection prior to this game, and then they'll want to care and buy them. But yeah, that's not the potential FEH in my opinion. Anyways, I'm Morgan, daughter of the genius tactician Robin. Let's see who has the better mind for strategy, you or me. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Hey, Batman. Jerome. It's unfortunate. I thought he was gonna be a lot better. He's gonna be a very specialized hero too. They appeared in Heroes. I definitely don't remember any of that in Awakening. Right, so that's a bit too much, right? It was more or less during his role as Hierophant in like chapter 12 or whatever. Don't know what you're talking about. Phase 0 has heroic spirits under contract. It works because they don't effing say it every time they appear. I mean, that would be better too. If it happens every time, at the very least, just don't say it every time. That just drives people crazy. Morgan's attacking Crom. Did I say Summer Crom? I mean Spring Crom. Jeez. I think he's concealing his identity while disguised as. Oh, okay. I haven't even played a single non-FEH Fire Emblem game, and I have no idea who anyone is. I'm just literally just using units that look good. Right. Right. I mean, they could do so much more. For people like you, who haven't experienced Fire Emblem for what it actually is, you know, there's a lot more you can do. This is not real Fire Emblem. It's like really watered down Fire Emblem if we want to go that way. I love the game. It's interesting. It's perfect for mobile. I agree with all of that. However, you know, there could the closest thing to a real Fire Emblem thing that we've ever gotten in this game so far is Rival Domains. This is actually amazing. I'm a really big fan of Rival Domains. It just came out for a day, but this is already the funnest mode in the game, and I already know it's going to always be the funnest mode for me. Unless they do something really well.
I'll try and get Crom and Finn Morgan while they are here. But honestly, after this I'm gonna save up until Ophelia is in the game, then waste 1,000,000 orbs and not get her. She's gonna be a blue mage, I'm calling it now.
If you save that many orbs, I think you'll be fine. It's easy to like just
If this is war,
think that we'll never get things, but that's how I think sometimes too. But yeah, chin up. I think you'll do fine. You'll get her. Saving up until then, though, you might have so many orbs. Did you guys see on Reddit? There was one guy who saved like 1,800 orbs. What was that all about? Night, Sojar. Anyway, he says, my name's Morgan, and you're Nimious. I'm looking forward to learning all of the strategies the Order Heroes uses. Thanks for the lesson. Does this hero make any sense, though? I mean, well, it's not supposed to make sense, of course. Either way. Okay. Royal Domains is cool, makes me feel like getting more units has a purpose. Same here. Also makes me feel like having friends has a purpose. This game had made no sense for friends for a while. Honestly, heroes could be better. Things like Rival Domains are great, but there's too little content. Exactly. I think, legitimately, they're just afraid of overwhelming people with too much content. For a new player, well, that's the thing. They also cater to too many new players. And I get it, new players are great and all, but the real people who are going to stick around and make you the real money is the older players, players who have been here in the game since the start. At least that's my opinion on it. So which is why I'm all the more surprised by the fact that they don't add more content. Like, they're just afraid. I've known new players telling me that, you know, they don't know where to start with this game. There's so many things to do. But it doesn't take up more than a couple weeks to get the hang of it. But that's the issue. Like, once you get the hang of it, the game doesn't truly offer you much more. It just becomes about collecting and making heroes, and that's really not enough, in my opinion. This game, like any other Fire Emblem game, could do so much more. Oh man, I don't like complaining this much, but I love the game. That's why I think about these things, like what they could do better and what they're doing wrong. But that's all I love. And it says, "Gather around, everyone. It's time to put our heads together and deal with this situation." What situation? What now? The scouts have reported back. The Muspel army's searching high and low. They're right in our path. Somehow they've predicted our movements and gotten ahead of us. And you guys remember at the start of this book chapter, she's like, well, the last one, but she's like, oh yeah, I have this master plan. I'm a great commander. And then she immediately gets, like, you know, her plan just falls apart. It was absurd to begin with. As a Canadian who, like, walks through deep snow, I already knew what she's saying is, like, nearly impossible to actually do. So, yeah. Anna's, like, surprised about all this stuff, but yeah. If we keep heading towards Princess Gunthra's location, they'll find her, and they'll kill her. Oh, sister. That's also why I'm surprised. How's Nifl still around? Like, how's this place not just demolished? They seem to be pretty good conquerors. You're always going to complain anyways. Stop apologizing for it. I'm not always going to complain. If this game just gave me a few things that I really, really want, I won't complain. Like Love Abounds, like Rival Domains, those are the best, brightest spots of Fire Emblem in the past year. Unless people want to say Tap Battle. I don't know, I wasn't a fan of Tap Battle. It was nice to have extra stuff, but yeah. Can we get in contact with her and change the meeting spot? What do you say, Nimious? I don't think that will work. They've already anticipated our movements once. They can do it again. The way things are going now, we have no means of meeting up with Princess Gunthra. That's what you're telling us, isn't it? Yep. But what can we do? Princess Fjorm, tell me everything you know about this region. Start with its geographical features, which is also why I'm surprised. Why isn't Fjorm leading this? Alphonse said early on he was leading this, leading the expedition, but he's new here, and I doubt he's ever fought in a winter campaign. Same with Anna. It sounds like you might already have an idea, Prince Alphonse. I'm not sure yet. Let's put our heads together, Nimious. I don't want to put my head with you, dude. Come on. Leg yarn. They've changed direction. Now they're headed north. What's their game? I don't know. If they're after a weapon, or they hope to lure us into a trap, then they keep heading west. But their destination has changed. Wait, a weapon? So she's sure whatever they're going for is in the west. Okay. But the destination has changed. What is it, then? An ally? Is it a rendezvous? But who? You know as well as I do that it will take more than military might to defeat Father. Yeah. I mean, Muspel just seems like this amazing global power, which somehow they didn't know of until just now. But they have kept a lot of the politics and Fire Emblem out of here. Like, we never hear what happens in this world. I mean, we didn't even know Alphonse's father was alive until recently. If they're seeking aid, then perhaps there is a rite that can be performed here in Nifl. I would guess they're seeking one of the surviving members of the royal family. Princess Gunthra is said to wield great magical power. Maybe her? Unfortunately, Gunthra is not a great hero. Maybe. She's hiding in the north? It may be so. Sally, it makes no difference. If they're headed north, that tells us she's in the north. Wait, Leg Yarn, please. You knew this was something awkward, strange about this. For them to change directions like this does not make sense. You can't be fooled now. Let's assume for a moment that she's actually in the south and they're trying to throw us off their trail. Oh no! She's mind gaming herself. sooner or later they'd have to change direction and head south. So she thinks they're gonna do the same thing twice, which is to head like the complete opposite direction as they want, just to try and throw her off. I mean, the first time they circled around, right? So to go one direction then head back. But this time she thinks they're gonna go north and south. I don't know if the writers were ever in a big winter, but you generally want to get to where you are going for as soon as possible. Surviving in winter is just absurdity, especially for a group that's not used to it. But I've deployed troops all over the region. The net is already tightening around them. And if Princess Gunther were to appear, I would recognize her at a glance. No matter what they try, the Asgarians will never meet up with her, not as long as we lead this army. Ooh, that was a lot of writing. I thought that might have been the last one. Okay, that's cool. Probably won't get Gunther unless they make her a free unit because my RNG sucks. You probably don't want her, to be honest. I'll show you my Gunther. Thank you, Mikolai Nowicki for subscribing, and Mohammed Wali for subscribing. Thanks, guys. Sorry for not noticing immediately. I'll show you Gunther. I mean, this is a minus speed plus attack Gunther. You kind of have to use Fortress Res. You have to find a way to give her more res. Otherwise, she doesn't make good use of Chilling Seal and Res Ploy. I mean, she can use Chilling Seal either way, but Res Ploy is what really binds her together because you want the debuffs for Blizzard's sake. She's so interesting in theory, but she just doesn't work out well at all. Camus is the only Camus who doesn't suffer a terrible fate. Interesting. They add color dragon inheritance Abounds. You mean colorless? Yes. Wait, color dragon inheritance? What do you mean? How about stacking Fortress Res with that seal? You want to give her more debuffs. I gave her attack ploy, and she already has ploy, and then she has chilling. So you debuff everything to try and get her more damage. This is attack speed -6, and then yeah, I mean you gotta debuff literally everything. You guys check a breath or something? They're planning to add colorless dragons. Yes, we're aware, guys. Come on, we know. Like, we know. We talked about it yesterday. Come on. You were surprising me. I thought you meant something entirely different. Like, we know there is a colorless dragon on the way. We saw in the trailer. I know everyone's excited, but we're aware. So yeah. I thought you meant you could do a colorless breath or something. I was like, what do you mean by that? Oh, they add icon and inheritance option for colorless dragons. Inheritance option? Oh, you mean skill search. Is that what you meant? Okay, you meant skill search. Come on, just say skill search. I'm not actually upset, just if you said skill search, that would have made it easier for me to understand. Alright, let's finish it off.
Very well.
But we already knew, the thing is we already knew. Come on. Ligyarn. So this is the objective. The Sanctuary at Huronhof. Please, I can't say anything. Hidden in the northern reaches of Nifl. The mountains here are so high that even warriors won't dare to fly over them. We've only ever traveled to this treacherous and frigid region once before. I don't like this. Something's not right. Princess Gunther isn't here. So how do we mislead them? I don't really think Alphonse can. If they expect me to believe Alphonse tricked a general who's been in a winter environment for, I would assume, months or like a lengthy amount of time, at least good enough to understand it enough to catch like basic tricks, I just think that's impossible. No one is. I've searched inside and out, so yeah, it doesn't seem right. I see. Thank you, Leviathan. What does this tell us? That must be their destination. That means they're after something that can only be found here. But there's nothing here. Nothing whatsoever. What could they want? I don't know. Leviathan, what can you tell me about the cave we discovered the last time we came here? There's a cave? The one under the mountains heading west. Oh, is she gonna actually catch us? It's blocked by ice. There's no way to get through. It wasn't like that before. No, it wasn't. I suppose we have a lot to learn about this land. And she's knowledgeable enough to recognize what she doesn't know. I really like this new general. If a path like that can suddenly become closed off, that's it. She figured it out. I mean, I expect her to. She's been here longer than Alphonse, and if Alphonse tricked her, that's too much to believe in. Sister, what is it? I have to learn to think like the Ascarians. Herp derp, let's run in and get killed, and to feel what they're feeling. Suicidal. They're desperate to meet up with someone, but as long as we stand in their way, they cannot. That would make their next target me. You. Think about it. They'll let me here to the narrow paths purposely. Why? To defeat me. But then, sister, a report. The enemy's on its way. Are we actually attacking? That's crazy. They should have a much bigger force than us. But of course, you know, with how the game works, we're somehow gonna win with Alphonse making a plan. Yeah, doesn't seem reasonable. They may have managed to outwit me this time. I'm the one that's being hunted. How does this get us anywhere sooner? The enemy is almost here. I see, Leviathan. You must escape while you can. What? Why? Wait a second. What? If she's chasing us with a great host, and a great host is like a great force, right? Like, what is the point of her going out there trying to capture us, but then realizing, then retreating as soon as we like engage them? This is not even an ambush. Like, if you look at this map design, this is clearly not an ambush. I see, Leviathan. You must escape while you can. By yourself, you can sneak right past them. I'll keep them busy until you're safe. This is crazy. Like, we should be outnumbered. There's no way we can attack. If at any time we could have attacked her, we could have intercepted her a long time ago. So that's why I think this is crazy. But don't worry, I'm a general of Muspel. I have domain over this land. I will not lose. She's smiling. Then let me stay with you. No, this is an order, Leviathan. Go. Why is she retreating? Like yarn. I'll do as you order. As always, you're a good girl, Leviathan. Don't worry, we'll meet again soon. Brave warriors of Asgard, I can feel your mouths. You aim to defeat me here. But first, I'll show you the power of Leyarn, one of the scorching triad of Muspel. Again, I really think this is kind of absurd. Like, all of a sudden we're on the offensive when we've been spending like the past how long trying to run away. This seems weird to me.
Whew, so hot. Let's go. Fun.
Let's see.
Triad, because there's supposed to be 3 generals. She said triad is one more waifu form from Muspel. I mean, yeah.
Very well.
What the heck does he... What does Loki count as then? The best defense can be a good offense. The thing is, like, when we clearly don't have the numbers for this, because if you think about it, there's no way we came with a giant party, you know, because we had to run through the portal. Like, we had to travel quicker than the main Muspel force. So there is no way we should have more of anything. Yet here we are, attacking somehow. Whoa, she's hot.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just find it hard to believe. If all we wanted to do was like to engage them, there was greater opportunities available long ago. You don't know that, Nim. No, it just does not make sense in terms of like if you look at this area, right? How the heck do we even box her in? She's on a friggin' wyvern. She can just fly off if she wanted to. She's not general. She must just make the battle plans of tactician undercover agent. Okay, so that's Loki. Alright, so I don't know. I mean, look. the second thing is we have Alphonse leading an attack. Like he's new here. He's never been to Nifl. All of a sudden he just talks to Fjorm and he gathers enough information to cause a trap. If you can even call this a trap where he's outnumbered, and for whatever reason Leguiarn doesn't flee from battle. She lets Leviathan do it, but she doesn't. She's not a wyvern. She doesn't fly away for some reason. And then she decides to fight, even though she clearly knows she's gonna lose. So that writing is just hard to believe. She should have the much bigger force. If at any time we could turn around and beat her, then she wouldn't be chasing us. That would make no sense. That's it. That's it. That's all I have. I'm sorry, Leviathan. The plot armor is just too powerful. Alphonse somehow outsmarted me, which is complete ridiculous stuff. She's at least been here for a couple months, you know. She should know this way better. Forces of Muspel, hear me. Your General Leguiarn has been defeated. I find this hard to believe. You have no chance at victory. Flee and we will not pursue you. And then her entire host leaves her. Stay and fight and we will not go easy on you. The choice is yours. Okay. Well, we kidnapped her. Pride as a general? No. There's no... Look, the thing is, how do we... If she's chasing us, and in any proper military doctrine, if you're making chase, like causing chase on an enemy force, you should outnumber them. They're running away, because if they stop, they will get crushed. You know, they can't do a counter ambush. They can do like, you know, harassing parties or just like skirmishes to try and slow you down or to try and chip at you, but they can never just fully stop and do a full battle without reinforcements. We didn't have reinforcements. We came into the gate with what we had, and then all of a sudden we turn around, and this is not even an ambush considering the facts of like how, you know, big her force should be, and then we beat her. It's just unbelievable. Like if you want to believe it, sure. It's just, it makes very little sense. Gah. So you've awakened. Hello, Princess Fjorm. I mean, it's cool we kidnapped her. It's come to this, I see. Go ahead, kill me. You'll gain nothing by taking me hostage. My father would never bargain for my life. Which is why I also find strange that like the entire force just backed off as soon as she got captured. Most forces like rout when that happens, but when they're when the force is supposed to be, and I'm still going to say it should be much larger, they don't rout. My father would never bargain for my life. Okay, I mean that's true. Or is it to be torture? Oh, what a sweet girl. It's not likely that Alphonse has somehow been able to put them between a rock and a hard place, right? And you've seen how smart she is. And she seems pretty confident. Number two, it's not like she hasn't been beaten before. We beat her in the first chapter, you know? So why would she come not prepared? Like, with a small enough force that we can turn around and beat her. Like, it's just, none of it makes sense. I'm ashamed in defeat. My fate is in your hands. Do whatever you must. Now that we have defeated you, Muspel's forces have been thrown into chaos. Heroes were fighting under contract, but those contracts are now broken. The soldiers, meanwhile, have no idea what to do. As for us, we have achieved our aims. There's no need to spill any more blood today. As major in military science, I've read The Art of War, so you can laugh at me if you want, but it's always been the same. The basic principles of war, man. I mean, sure, whatever. If you want me to explain the book to you, sure. But that's absurdity. I was talking about a lot of principles of it. It just doesn't make any sense. Number two, like, we don't have a supply train, so we're obviously with a small force. So how do we turn around? Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's no need to spill any more blood. Okay. It's not just that. When you conquered Nifl, you treated citizens with dignity. I owe you the same. I would ask you one thing, however. Did you wish to invade Nifl? I suspect you did not. I'd be a lot more interested in the conversation if it wasn't just, you know, plot forced upon us. Just the lazy writing gets to me, guys. Sorry. I would never answer the questions of an enemy. Just remember this. My father's flame itself. Everything will burn until nothing remains. This is Effie. You have a gun that shoots people. I don't think it needs to make sense. The military Well, it's a freaking strategy game. It should make sense. And the gun hasn't been used to shoot people. It shoots out people. If we don't have a supply force, neither should she. You can't just pull reinforcements out of your ass in those conditions. But she should have come with a much larger force. If you're giving chase, again, if you're giving chase, and you can't just pause and counterattack, you know, then there'd be no reason of giving chase. The entire point is we beat her one time. She should be more prepared. She should have a much bigger force if she's giving chase. But for some reason, you know, we just turn around, not much of an ambush, and just beat her. I see, and yet I cannot bring myself to bear a grudge against you. If we had not met on the battlefield, but somewhere more genial, I think we could have been friends. Alright, well, that's it. Yes, I know, but we already beat her once. Her forces were diminished. Alright, how big of a force do you guys think came through those portals? Because it has to be small. You know, she has control of an occupying force. It should be massive. Whereas we barely slipped through. We had to travel quick, get to the portal quick, get through to Niffle quick. Like, the numbers just don't make sense. Like, if you want to believe the writings, like, if you want to believe what they're giving you in the writing, that Alphonse, who's never been in a snow campaign, never been in Niffle, just from some information from Fjorm, was able to turn around and just defeat her. When, if it was really that easy, we should have just defeated her like early on, crushed her, and then just moved directly to it. Otherwise, why are we like circling around trying to evade them if we can just beat them? But that's just exactly what happened out of nowhere, so that's why it's so strange. Just leave it as he writers want you to have another waifu. I wish if we can pull for her, that'd be awesome. If she was a free hero, if the story somehow like involves her being a free hero, I'd be pretty happy about that. It's kind of how hard the world works. There's no perfection. This is nowhere clear. This is nowhere near perfection. This is hardly an attempt. I mean, there's still people to attack Alphonse's home, so there wouldn't be many left in Niffle. If it's an occupying force, like how big do you think Muspel's forces are? It's been said to be so big and like large that can easily crush nations. If you guys remember, he crushed Niffle within like what, a month? Didn't he claim he crushed Niffle in a month? So yeah, he should have overwhelming strength. Otherwise, this doesn't seem like terror. I mean, that's the impression from the writing. At least that's what it's been trying to impart on you.
Oh, so hot.
You're being a little unreasonable. You're not always in the right 100% of the time. All right, so what am I being unreasonable with?
Okay.
This makes me so excited to see you shit on the story at Gates when we get to it. All right.
Ready. Yes?
It's just unbelievable. Like all of a sudden nobody knows what to do anymore. It's just, yeah. Surtur is in the army. He soloed Niffle in a month. So now we gotta believe Surtur can solo an army. Like, there's just if this is how we're gonna talk, there's gonna be no consistency. It's just gonna be random.
Yes. I
mean, for the most part, it's been random. What if they just ambushed the general? That seems highly unlikely. You guys are gonna say like this doesn't happen in these games or whatever, but no, like if
very well.
If you have a general, you have like a loyal bodyguard corps, and it's supposed to be huge. Well, okay, whoa, we're gonna lose Erica, sure. So I'll give you some examples, and you guys are gonna probably say it's not the same thing, but whatever. The personal guard for like Napoleon's personal guard, his own unit, right, was like 100,000 strong. It was several divisions. Like these personal guard units are massive. Granted, she's doing chase, so it wouldn't be her main guard unit, but it should be more than big enough to take this. The story doesn't give you any like exact details, but how big do you think the Order of Heroes is, for example? Especially the Order of Heroes that slipped through the gate. It just doesn't make sense. Like, she should have this outnumbered. There should be no possibility of losing. Like, if you can just lose, like, you would never get chased to begin with. That just makes no sense.
All right. Okay.
Let's go. Ooh, so hot.
300, your barracks. Alright, if it is 300, she should still easily win. Wow, Chrom killing Chrom.
Gods.
My Order of Heroes is about 850 strong. Every leader had 100,000 person fighting guard. No, it was one example. The guard is supposed to be incredibly massive. All right, how many examples do you want me to give you guys? I can give you guys several examples. Personal guards of generals are huge. Like, okay, there's gonna be an infinite amount of arguments otherwise. I know I'm just gonna waste my time here.
So hot. Ready.
Because you're all either gonna say that's not how it works here in this game. Even though, clearly, if you're making chase, you should be having a far bigger army. Alphonse is a tactical god. I mean, at this point, that's what we have to believe in, right? It doesn't have to make sense. Well, it doesn't have to make sense if it doesn't want to be good, which is what happened.
Let's see.
Fun.
We're talking about FE Universal Politics. Chrom Personal Guard is literally 2 people. Chrom is a mercenary group leader.
So
He's
hot.
not a friggin'.
Okay.
Okay, sure. If you want to think about it like that. Like, I've played several Fire Emblem games. You know, when we attack enemy generals, how large is their guard? If all of a sudden we're not talking about Fire Emblem like that anymore, okay, sure.
Sink or swim.
Like, if you guys remember fighting generals in Fire Emblem games, like how outnumbered were you? There's no consistency if this is like how people are gonna argue about this.
Yes. Yes.
He's a prince, kind and a general. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. We're talking about enemy general, so shouldn't we just look at it as enemy general? No, I was talking about like he's okay. Okay. He's the leader of the shepherds. All right. It's not like all of a sudden you're the leader of like a massive army, which is clearly not what it is. Is my point.
Fun. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alphonse is to fight attack in his weapons, so that's why he can't just crush the enemy right away. He has to get in range. Okay,
Ready.
sure.
Okay. Very well.
Ooh, so hot.
Oh well, fine. If you guys like the story like this, fine. I mean, it just deep down inside, I think people just like settling for mediocrity, which is unfortunately the case. I would beat your ass in battleship with your reasoning. Good luck.
Yes.
All right.
Again, if we're talking about enemy heroes, do you want me to go on YouTube right now and show you Fire Emblem fights against generals in Fire Emblem through various games? They all have massive guards, and in some games, fighting against an enemy general, they have like infinite reinforcements. That's just how it goes. You're expecting like a small group. It's not even supposed to be the entirety of the Order of Heroes that breaks in to Nifo, and they're being chased. And they clearly said they have to travel as a small party, otherwise they'd be captured. Right? So there's so many inconsistencies if that's how you're gonna look at it like that.
Yes.
Fun.
Okay.
Should have put a corn there. let's say it's like the story is bad, but they will improve it. It also was, if they're gonna improve it, I hope so. I hope soon.
Gods.
So those massive forces protecting those generals still lost? Sure, but it made sense at least. That's the bare minimum I'm looking for. Just make sense. Make it believable. If you guys truly believe a smaller force that doesn't know the territory they're in, because there's only several. If you're outnumbered, there's only several ways you can actually win. All right. You either know terrain, like you have a tactical advantage. We don't. She has that advantage. You have the numbers. We don't. She has that. We have like quality in troops. Like we don't. She should have that. She's supposed to have a battle-hardened force that's been here for a long time.
Let's go.
Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It's like they want to create this moment, so they decide to make it happen. Like, okay, let's just end it here, alright? Do you like the story or not? I don't even want to make this any bias, but there's clearly not much thinking going around here. If we actually typed out every line for this entire chapter, it would be less than a page. If that's the story you're looking for from a Fire Emblem game that has tons and tons of new heroes coming into it, you know, that could have so much potential. And all of a sudden, it's like the writer just says, Alphonse turns around, ambushes Legiarn, defeats her. And you're happy about that. Then, okay. I mean, then I can't argue with you, because, you know, if you're enjoying the game like that, sure.
This is war, so be it.
That's just, I don't even know how they write that stuff like that. Yes, it's average. Oh god. I like Legiarn. Does that count? I mean, I like her too, but shouldn't have her full forces either. I don't believe she has the full forces, but she should easily outnumber this. At least 3 to 1. How else is she chasing? She has her forces tightening a loop around her. Like, it's very clear. If the forces she has is small enough that we can simply just break through, we would have just broken through already. I don't like the story, but I don't hate it. At this point, I hope people realize this, but for a lot of people, literally, when it comes to the story, they just do it for the orbs. That's it. Like, people have given up on it. That's why I'm telling you guys, like, this kind of attitude is going to kill this game. But okay.
Very well.
Ready.
Let's go.
Whew, so hot.
If you took out the story aspect of Fire Emblem Heroes, it's a great detriment. It's not selling for mediocrity, it's selling for a compact Fire Emblem experience, you prune. How's this a compact Fire Emblem experience? Okay, well, if you can argue that to me, sure.
All right.
I feel like this is just a waste of time.
Yes. Yep.
This is what I mean. You guys have lowered your standards to the point of saying, who the fuck plays this game for the story? Exactly. That's the problem. At this point, no one cares anymore. Okay, guys. I mean, if that's the attitude you want, okay, sure. Like, let's just constantly say, who cares? It's a mobile game. Let's keep getting absolute jack shit out of it because it's a mobile game. So, let's not expect anything at all.
Let's go.
What the heck? She literally does 0.
Ready. Ha! Ooh, so hot.
I wonder how that actually works if I preface everything with like, but it's a mobile game, so it's okay. Yeah. Losing on hard mode? We're not even using level 40 heroes.
Checkmate.
For some reason, she does 0 damage. That res is just way too high.
Yes?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've used the actual team. I'm using 4 stars. I'm using 4 stars and 2 level 33 heroes, of which none of them can start the battle off. I mean, literally any other team could do it, but whatever. I would carefully. I did give you the critique in terms of like how it worked from a military standpoint. If you don't want to recognize that, just let me know.
That way. Certainly. This way? Of course. Yes? Best wishes. I hope your new year is full of wonder. That way.
Yes.
What next?
Hard to change someone's mind if they don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it seems like. People argue back when they don't care, and then that's why there's no argument to be made. If you view the game that lowly, then of course nothing will ever change.
Of course. May this new year bring us both good fortune.
I feel like Nims has never played a FE game before. Are you kidding me? I've clearly played several.
Yeah!
Teleseries was the last one I played.
Yes? This way?
Orders.
Throw down your weapon.
I'm not upset that you have an
It's up to you now,
opinion.
Leviatine.
It's just there's so many inconsistencies here with all the opinions. And a general one seems to be like, it's okay because it doesn't matter. Like, I've heard all sorts of opinions, like,
Onward.
it's okay because the game was free. It's okay because, you know, it's a mobile game. You know, it's okay because blah 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 blah
I
blah
will
blah
end
blah.
this
Like, there's an
swiftly.
infinite amount of reasons for why it's okay to settle for less. Even though this game could be more, but... I mean, okay, then Fire Emblem Heroes is doing their jobs, because people are content with it. I just don't agree on everything you said about these maps. What maps? I don't think I'm really talking about the maps. I'm just saying, look, if she wanted, okay, well, it's just so stupid. Come on, she's on a friggin' Wyvern. She doesn't have to stay and fight. She could retreat. So so instead of retreating and causing less trouble overall, not to mention that shouldn't even be possible. Instead of retreating, she decides to fight, and not only that, but she decides to lose. Well, I can't even imagine how she loses. Like, it just, all that doesn't make sense. But that all happens. So she gets captured, and now we're moving on to the next part of the story. But it's just like, you write a story by saying, point number 1, here's where we are. Point number 2, this happens. And in between, literally nothing happened. It's just, there's no transitioning, there's no build-up, there's no planning, it just happens. That's a bad story. though Nims, she clearly very stated that Wyverns could not fly over those mountains. Then how the hell does Leguiarn just slip away? Either way, it just doesn't make sense. Like, clearly somebody got out, so she decided to... Okay, well, I mean, a lot of things, just nearly every argument point has to fail here for this to happen, and it happened like that. So I'll just accept it. I mean, I accept it anyways, but I'll just accept that this is okay. This is alright. Because we're getting orbs. Because that's really what story's about, right? She could really just break through. She has more people. I mean, that's the thing. The entire point Leguiarn was talking about was having a tight encirclement. And obviously, she has the confidence that it can't be broken through. Otherwise, we would have just broken through it and gone to our main destination. But that can't happen because we can't confront them. That's why we're running away for like 10 chapters. But all of a sudden, we just turn around and win, so... It's like, there's a build-up. There's a build-up to some kind of resolution. But the resolution is the one you don't expect, because if it was an option, it would just have happened already. Look, I mean, look, if a year from now, the game... And I'm looking from a year from now, because I want to give the game time to improve. But if it's from a year from now, and all they can do is say it's under contract, we had a plan, this is what happened in the plan. I mean, like, there's just nothing, no content, actual content. This is the issue. Probably worse than that, you're probably right about that, but probably worse than that is that the story maps will get reran here as well. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother talking about it anymore. The story mode is just a really empty experience. We gotta work on chain challenges tomorrow as well. Okay, whatever. It's always bad talking about the story because everyone is just fine with it all. Like, I don't expect everyone to agree with everything I'm saying. Of course not. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, like, there's no... It's hard to argue anything because the rationale just doesn't go through. Either way, I'm gonna find someone to host. It's about time. How would you build horse Crom? Fury Desperation. Because once his sword works, he's going to have low HP, but he's going to get extra speed, so he can make use of Desperation. But I would have to use him in, like, I would have to use him in Horse Emblem, otherwise it just doesn't make things work well enough. If you want a good story, you should just recruit the guy who wrote the Fate story. I mean, that's not even true, but you wouldn't get it. I don't think you would get a good story from everything I've heard anyways. They are using the same Fates writers for FEH. I mean, that would make a lot of sense then. But, okay. But there's such a thing as a suspension of disbelief up to a point. So what point so far, let me just reverse the question then. What point so far do you guys think in the story is actually believable? You know? It affects me with the type of experience that can be shocking. Yeah. Fjorm sealed off the cave, they were trapped. Well, how do they ambush them? Then how do they even get out? Like, if it was a sealed off cave, I don't even remember the writing saying it was a sealed off cave. Like, they talked about it, and all of a sudden, this big force, well, even if it wasn't a big force, as soon as Leviton leaves the cave, she notifies the rest of the army, then they just swarm the cave, and then the Order of Heroes is also trapped, and then they lose. Is what would have happened. And if the cave was sealed off and they were truly trapped, that's what should have happened if once Levitin escapes. I never hear Nimious look at things the story does right, only when he views things doesn't make sense. We did make a video about this, Casey. By the way, I'll show you. Didn't you see the video? Oscar Army wasn't chased, they were being cut off, so they used Legrand's predictions. They weren't cut off. They were cut off from their destination, and they couldn't just simply break through as well. So use the predictions against her to lure her to a trap. But the thing is, if we could have just lured her to a trap, why did we spend, 10 chapters running? Well, not 10 chapters, 10 parts running. It just happens all of a sudden. KC, dude, I'm pretty sure you've seen this video. Literally, this is the best moment they've ever done. This is like what writing an FEH can be about. You don't have to make some ridiculous plot point, right? It could be very simple and just believable and understandable, which is what this plot point was. The entire, how they handled Love Abounds was by far the best they've ever done, which is what I have so much problems with, because they showed immense improvement and then they proceeded to like not give a shit immediately afterwards. But no, I do recognize when the story is good. That's the entire point. That's why I keep mentioning it. So they raised my bar of standard from like the bottom to somewhere at all, and you don't set the bar by dropping it. It's just okay. Well, whatever. Let's just host somebody. It's not disdain. I've looked at it rationally. It's literally every single segment that I've had a problem with, we legitimately looked over from a rational standpoint. I'm not being emotional here. We looked at it as it happened. So please look back in the stream. I sure will. But no, that's not it. In terms of amount of writing, but it's about the quality of writing.
Yeah, I think Fury's like I don't think it's got the best synergy of armored units.
Right, Temjin.
Magic is everything.
But if you think about like all they did in this chapter, it was just somehow trap her. That's it. Like entire chapter just for that.
We're just going through the iOS update stuff since we were locked out last night.
Either way, I don't think. Wait, I don't know.
Got the Reinhardt is the alert.
We didn't have a copy pass, so maybe that's why. Whatever.
So welcome Exalted and Lake and Whale. Apple lull.
Well, I don't know I don't even know what he's doing.
Absolutely, so pretty much kills me every time.
There's no FE game with an amazing story. I'm not asking for an amazing story. I'd settle for an average story at this point. Anyways, guys, have a great night. I mean, talking about this is rough because it seems everyone's just so complacent with it. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people are. I will literally talk to anybody who wants to talk about this. It's not like the first time I played Story. I've been playing this for a year now, waiting for it to improve. I don't know at what point can we actually expect anything to change, but like I don't think anything will change at this point. But yeah, it's pretty negative to look at it like that, but every single time I've gotten my hopes up, it's been immensely disappointing. I'm not being unfair here. Like if I was truly unfair, I would just skip the story and just label it as crap. But I will never do that because that's not sensible at all. Anyways, guys, good night. Thanks for being here. I know. I'm not mad at you guys either. It's just some of the response is just completely irrational or just unfair. Like, if you want me to give you real life examples, I can, but then you're just going to say it's not conducive to the Fire Emblem universe. So when we talk about Fire Emblem universe things that are conducive to it, but then you just deflect that by saying, well, no, this is a different game. So it's just an endless loop where it's just denial, not rationality. It's not a debate. It's not an argument. It's stuff like that that's just immensely draining. It's like, so this is my stance, and you have to prove me wrong. But then everything you are ever going to give out is not going to be acceptable, you know. So it's just one person trying to make an argument, the other person just simply saying no. That's not a debate, and that's not even worthwhile time. But I'm not going to be rude to you guys and just say, well, you're wrong and I'm right, and I can just block you and mute you and, you know, take my opinion. No, I'm not like that. But it just drives me insane when people are not being fair or reasonable here. At least the story's improving. I mean, it's better than before. At the very least, that's all I'll say. I skipped the whole story a long time ago. A lot of people are doing that. And that's unhealthy for the game. But people are not accepting that. In any case, thank you guys. I really need to go, but yeah. I only say these things because I love the game. I hope people understand that. I'm only affected by these things because I love it, not because I'm just some douchebag who wants to hate on the game. No, I literally spend my time here going through everybody because it's out of love, not out of like, yeah, it's just not fair. I'm not saying enjoying a bad story is bad. I'm not.